This is Channel 3, KYW-TV, Philadelphia. Live from Independence Mall and throughout the Delaware Valley, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
The American hostage crisis draws rapidly toward a close today with the release of Alan Steen. And sources say the remaining American, Terry Anderson, could be out as early as tomorrow. And in Philadelphia, the family of just released hostage Joseph Scipio boards a plane for Germany, a reunion 5 years in the making. Good evening. I'm Pat Shiraki, sitting in for Steve Bell. Just 24 hours after the release of Joseph Scipio, hostage Alan Steen became a free man today. Like many of the hostages that were freed before him, the 52-year-old Steen was taken to Syria, where he held a brief news conference. He appeared pale, and Glasso said he had severe abdominal pains just prior to the surgery, but was never given details of the operation. Today, doctors said the Scipio received a head wound when he was kidnapped when terrorists hit him and knocked him unconscious. Scipio told doctors that he was often lightheaded during his captivity. Doctors say that he has permanent after effects from frostbite that he suffered after being chained on an outside balcony for 2 winters. And Scipio also is in need of extensive dental work. Joseph's medical condition and sickly appearance have worried his family in Norristown, but that is not overshadowing all the excitement about their reunion with him tomorrow. While Thomas Scipio, his wife, and 2 of Joseph's sons were getting ready for their flight to Germany tonight, Alan Steen was released. And Thomas Scipio happily took time out to get out the last signs for the board that's chronicled Steen's time in captivity. And then Tom joked that he's becoming less worried about his brother's health.
He's already had spaghettis and garlic bread and so forth, and it was very nice to hear. That's all he needs, is some good Italian food now.
Then Thomas Scipio performed what's become a familiar ritual on his front lawn. He nailed a freed sign on Alan Steen's poster and expressed the hope that Terry Anderson's board will have a similar sign very soon. The plane carrying the Scipio family to the reunion in Germany is scheduled to leave New York City within the hour. Let's switch live to Kennedy Airport and Robin McIntosh.
New York on the first leg of their transatlantic reunion with former hostage Joseph Scipio. Both Thomas, his wife Fran, and Joseph's 2 sons, Eric and David, looking forward to seeing their father, their brother, for the first time in years.
I'm going to let him talk to me. You know, I'm going to leave that up to him. I'm just going to hug him and see if he's okay and tell him it's time to go home.
For brother Thomas Scipio, this was the day he had been waiting for more than 5 years. His faithful vigil finally ended.
The excitement is starting to build up right now. I'm getting very nervous, of course, and everything seems to take so long anymore. In fact, I wish I was over there right now. I wish I could bypass this plane trip and just be there.
Just a few minutes ago, the Scipio family wrapped up a news conference here at JFK where they thanked the Delaware Valley for all of their support. Now, in just a few minutes, I'll be boarding the flight to go to Germany along with the Scipios to bring you reports throughout the week. Until then, I'm Robin McIntosh reporting live from New York. Pat, we'll go back to you in Philadelphia.
Robin, thank you and travel safely. We'll have more on the hostage story and another report from Robin at 11 on the news tonight. In other news this evening, White House Chief of Staff John Sununu resigned late today. The president's top advisor has been under heavy criticism lately from both Republicans and Democrats. Sununu has gotten a lot of the blame for President Bush's poor public rating over the economy and other domestic issues, and many resented his abrasive dictatorial style. The resignation takes effect in 2 weeks. After that, Sununu will become special counselor to the president until March the 1st. In the city's Logan section, a 5-year-old boy is dead, killed in a quick and vicious fire in his row home on Roosevelt Boulevard. Authorities say the blaze broke out shortly after noon and was under control just minutes later. But officials say the boy, Juan Santana, was trapped on the 2nd floor and unable to escape. Authorities say the house did not have smoke detectors. An overnight fire closed a Conshohocken Elementary School today. Flames broke out in the basement of St. Mary's School on Maple Street just before midnight. Damage was confined just to the basement area. Classes are canceled for tomorrow, but school officials say the classes are expected to resume on Thursday. A Montgomery County man has been sentenced to prison for making obscene telephone calls to dozens of local women. 46-year-old Mitchell Beck would order the women to take off their clothes and stand next to a window after telling them that he had kidnapped their husbands. He's been sentenced to up to 3 years in prison. The drinks were on the house today at a Center City hotel, but no one was getting intoxicated at this open bar. This was the annual spirit-free mix-off at the Philadelphia Hilton, and there was no alcohol in these drinks. Dozens of Philadelphia's bartenders competed to make the best non-alcoholic drink. Organizers of the event hope to encourage hosts to serve non-alcoholic alternatives during this coming holiday season. And in Woodbury, New Jersey, the holiday season has brought controversy to a local tuxedo store. As Dick Standish reports, it's the case of the store window and some seductive mannequins.
In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking. Now, heaven knows, anything goes. Mothers hurry their children past the mannequins which fill the windows of a tuxedo rental store in Woodbury.
It is suggestive, and for children, it's not so good.
Right next door is the business person's gazebo where Santa Claus sits.
It's not very nice for children, that's all I would say.
I don't think there's anything provocative about the display. Seductive, maybe, depends on your train of thought.
Don Amadei claims that the mannequins simply show people who rent tuxedos at New Year's.
The front window depicts a man and a woman at a dance. You can see the decorations are supposed to be at a dance. And afterwards, they come home and they're having a glass of champagne and they're laying down in front of their fireplace with their Christmas tree and their presents. As you can see, there's a Christmas tree with presents around it and a fireplace in the background. They're home from the dance.
Curious neighbors watched through the morning. Police officers kept an eye on the store, but not everybody was upset.
I don't see no problem with it. None at all.
If the grown-ups didn't tell the children what that signifies, or they think it signifies, that the children wouldn't think anything about it.
The controversy is ending, though. The store owner would rather remove the mannequins than have anybody unhappy. Dick Standish, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And still ahead, some local shoppers turn out to share the holiday spirit with some very needy charities. And in sports, the Eagles keep their playoffs hopes alive with a win in the House of Pain. The prosecution now says it plans to call Senator Edward Kennedy to the stand in the rape trial of his nephew, William Kennedy Smith. Testimony continued today in the much-publicized trial in Palm Beach, Florida. It is not known when the senator will testify. Senator Kennedy was with Smith at the Palm Beach bar where Smith met his accuser last Easter. Camden has a bright promise of new jobs tonight. Governor Jim Florio helped executives of General Electric break ground on a new plant to be built on Camden's waterfront. It is the same site where just 1 month ago, Campbell's Soup Factory came crashing down, ending an era. Today, GE officials called the future plant the beginning of a new era, one that will bring more than 1,700 jobs to Camden. A gaping sinkhole is making a mess of things in a Montgomery County town. The sinkhole closed the 300 block of Crooked Lane in Upper Merion this morning. A construction office is teetering on the edge of the hole, and police fear that if heavy rain continues, the office could be swallowed up. Because of the dangerous situation, Crooked Lane in Upper Merion remains closed at this hour. A Hanukkah celebration spanned the generations today. Some young people shared their holiday fun with the older generation at the nursing home in Northeast Philadelphia. Children from the Hebrew Academy performed at the Golden Slipper Uptown home. This is the third night of the 8-day holiday. The holiday season is a time to make wishes come true, and that is exactly what happened today at a major suburban department store. Holiday gift shopping turned into gift sharing, and Eleanor Jean Henley was there.
The band played songs of the season, while these youngsters danced to the music, and shoppers looked for special holiday gifts. Macy's department store in the Montgomery Mall was the scene for a benefit shopping day called The Magic of Giving. It's a day for more than 35 local charities to raise thousands of dollars and have fun doing it.
They've pre-sold tickets for $5, and then when people come into the door with a ticket, Macy's gives back to each one of the charities $5 for every ticket that comes into the door.
And there were a lot of tickets sold today, where local charities were set up to gladly take your money in exchange for the discount passes.
My daughters, Shirley,
synagogue was selling the tickets for charity, and that's why I bought it. I left work, came up in this rain to use it.
We're in the middle of a campaign right now, and this money that we're making from here will go to our scholarship campaign that we have.
But the good music and discount shopping weren't the only things that customers enjoyed here today.
I went to a Macy's Day 2 years ago, so I knew they would have food around the store.
In addition to the delicious snacks, shoppers enjoyed mingling with some familiar faces. Julie Nixon Eisenhower, Channel 3's Ray Murray, Pat Shiraki, and Yuki Washington. All of them on hand to help with this fundraising event where everybody comes out a winner. Eleanor Jean Hendley, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Lou Chile is here with sports, and we're talking about the Eagles and a tremendous defensive performance last night.
Aren't they something? They are really just a joy to watch right now. And you know, the new Eagle coaching staff has taken the talent that was left available to them and completely reharnessed it, reworked it, and made it better in just one half of a season at the helm. You know, if only they had more offense right now, but in the meantime, watch the most intimidating, most effective bunch of hitters, I guess, since the Flyers of '75.
Hopkins led the hit parade. This near decapitation of Givens was ruled a personal foul, and Givens may have taken it personally, and it may have led to the win.
I think it might have set the tone. You know, they said it was a personal foul, but you know, it's just a hit. I guess that was too hard for them.
No Houston receiver was safe, and they knew it. No flag flew after this Hopkins bomb fell. But Houston receivers started falling like the rain, and there ain't no rain in the Astrodome, while Eagles gathered like vultures to gobble up the balls that broke loose.
They're very fast and very quick, so, you know, whenever you have a chance to get your hands on them and hit them, you have to.
I don't think that there's a team in the league offensively, you know, that we can't dominate.
Seth Joyner, 103-degree fever before the game. Please give me some of that medicine. He will finally receive the national recognition he has long deserved after his spectacular display of sacks, fumbles recovered, and, of course, fumbles caused.
Boy, put me in a good position. Unfortunately, you know, God gave me strength to just, you know, make it through this game because I was really hurting there for a while.
Everybody played well. Defensive backs came up and put licks on guys, made them cough the ball up. This linebacker Seth had another outstanding game, and, you know, it was just an outstanding win for us.
One other salute. The last time we saw Jeff Kemp, he was leaving the vet with an unwelcome escort. Would he be gun-shy? Hardly. Taking a major hit here to deliver the only touchdown of the night. But maybe even more important, he directed a time-consuming drive, and once, and twice, and 3 straight times converted key third downs to keep it alive.
He came in and played well, extremely well. He did. You know, he's practiced a lot in the last month, and he's got a good feel for our offense now, and he did a hell of a job.
What about Jim McMahon? The word today that he will be back on Sunday to play at the Giants. And a word about that defense. A subtle but effective difference between Bud Ryan and Bud Carson's style. Everybody, all 11 guys, gambled under Ryan, and all too often I think they lost. But under Carson, he lets the front 7 go wild, but the back 4, the defensive backs, play it safe. And Carson lets Wes Hopkins play the traditional deep safety. Sit back there in center field, lets him line up his guy and then attack. And you saw it last night. And so did a whole lot of NFL receivers who were watching on TV as well. The New York Mets are the winners in the Bobby Bonilla sweepstakes, of course. The former Pirates slugger signed a 5-year deal worth over $29 million, making him the highest paid player in baseball. Phillies general manager Lee Thomas today, talking to our Michael Barkan, said the Phils had a real good shot at Bonilla, but then at the last moment, the Mets upped the ante.
At the last moment, they went for the top dollar. And, I mean, I can't blame them. I mean, he's a free agent. They can do whatever they want. But, you know, we really thought that we even upped our offer more, and it still wasn't enough. So.
All right, there you go. Phillies losing. Now they're going to have to do some wheeling and dealing to make up for it elsewhere.
I was trying to figure out $50,000 a game, maybe.
Don't even try.
Still ahead.
Ruin my night.
I know, me too. David Rogers has the 5-day forecast, and also the holiday spirit lights up Center City, Philadelphia. Stay with us. David Rogers is here with the weather forecast. Hi, it's nice to see you.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Normally you're up in the morning and I'm working in the evening on opposite schedules.
Here we all are. You know what, though? It was raining this morning. It's raining this afternoon. It's raining tonight. I'm sick and tired of it.
You know, since it started raining, I guess, so Sunday, we had about 2 inches of rain. Just keep telling yourself, I know it can't last long. And you're right, because we will finally start to see some of that moisture moving out of here. Take a look at the highs and the lows for today and savor some of those numbers. 56 degrees our afternoon high today, 41 the morning low. Currently, it's 55 at the airport and 54 degrees here at 5th and Market. And again, we are going to really start to see temperatures falling off. The Gulf of Mexico is open, and you can see all the moisture out there. Humidity at 100%. The barometer is falling, and we do have a light wind out of the west at about 6 miles per hour. Across the Delaware Valley, still a lot of rain, but as I mentioned, most of it will start to taper off later tonight. Currently 42 up in Allentown, 55 degrees just down I-95. Our friends down in Wilmington, Atlantic City, 59, and Trenton is currently at 47 degrees. As we go topside, wall-to-wall cloud cover. What you do need me to tell you is when these clouds are going to be escaping, and as we take a look at our live local radar picture, you can see a very well-defined band of moisture from northern New Jersey all the way back across northern Virginia. And again, all this activity is rapidly moving northeast at about 40 to 45 miles per hour. So later on tonight, just to the west, you can start to see that clearing line as we look at our national radar picture. Most of the moisture, again, hugging the east coast across central Pennsylvania. Already some drying conditions going on, and it looks like that'll be our trend late tonight going into the early morning hours. So with that in mind, here's your forecast. Mostly cloudy tonight, rain ending but turning windy and colder. I guess it's a fair trade-off. 34 to 38 with a westerly wind at 15 to 20. Tomorrow becoming partly sunny, cloudy in the morning, blustery, and yes, maybe some flurries. 39 to 43. That F means falling temperatures. As you take a look at the extended forecast, 34 degrees for the high on Thursday, 39 on Friday, and just more and more cold weather. I'd like to take this time quickly to thank all the people that took part in this year's Coats for Kids campaign. The numbers, please. So far this year, 1,800 coats have been collected, and I'd like to thank everybody out there. If you still have a few coats, drop them off to your nearest Salvation Army. Those kids are going to need
getting
those
so cold, they certainly do need it.
How about that?
The Lights of Christmas went on in Rittenhouse Square tonight. For more than 30 years, the Center City Residents Association has put up a tree from Fairmount Park. Santa Claus was on hand, and this year a choir performed in honor of Mozart's birthday, singing Christmas carols. And that is this Tuesday edition of Eyewitness News at 6. I'm Pat Shiraki. For Steve Ruzoff, Lou, David, everyone here at Eyewitness News, thank you for joining us. NBC Nightly News is next.